Game contains flashing lights and also fonts which are difficult to read. What the controls be, my friend? Look around with the mouse and WAS with the movement and flashlight with the lefty mouse button and all the rest of it seems perfectly straightforward, apart from throwing rocks, because apparently somebody's getting stoned in the street and we need to contribute to this. Right then, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a little game called Ranger Danger, which actually seems to have been copyrighted, which is a further step than most of these indie game developers go, but righty-ho then.
Hey, this is headquarters. We've been getting complaints from campers out at Mountain View, saying that at night they hear a bear stomping around and growling. But the problem is when they look outside, they don't see anything. There's nothing there. I figured it was teenagers just messing around, but then a camper sent us this track print. I just forwarded it to you. A solo camper has failed to report in 3 times. We need you to check on them as well. If you find anything you can't handle, get back in your car, leave, and call us for backup. Alright. Be careful. Bye.
Indeed. So that gives you the sort of the rundown of the story. I'm slightly confused by this print, because this print seems to be coming up out of the earth, and where I come from, footprints go down into the earth, not out of it. But never mind, maybe we're living in some sort of funny inside-out world where everything's a bit squiffy. Right then, let us get on with the game. Look for the missing camper at camp number 8. Right then. We have a little car, and we have some movement speeds that are surprisingly high for an indie game. Normally we are an arthritic sort and must walk most dreadfully slowly, but I'm appreciative of going a little faster this time around. Is this a map? This is presumably, yes, where we are here. You are here by the red dot. Calm down, cat. Where's she gone? She was there a minute ago. I don't know where she's gone. Maybe she's gone after the red dot. We're looking for Camp 8, which is all the way down here. Goodness, this will take us all day. Well, all night, more specifically. It can't see you, but it can hear you. Look for paw prints and do not move when it's near. Alright, I shall try to remember to do those things. It's an interesting way of communicating it, I must say, with a little combination of words and pictures. May I have this rock, please? Indeed. I'm not entirely sure why I want this rock, but can I throw them? What was the button for throwing? Was it R? Indeed. I can catapult them out of my little belly rock cannon. There's a phrase I've never said before in my life. Alright then, how should we get there? We're going to have to go down this pathway, and then probably down here, and I'd like to kind of go around the outskirts rather than going down the middle, because otherwise I'm probably going to get lost. So let's pick a random direction, walk. Also, oh no, that's just what I think is a street lamp. I thought it was some sort of strange pylon, like the ones around the big empty. It would appear we are being hunted by an enormous fart cloud. It was not pleased to hear me say that. Oh good, there are other maps that we can see. Good, good, good. Fiddlesticks. Specifically. Specifically, them fiddlesome sticks that got in my way and made me trip over. Never mind. Do I, like, use the rocks to... I've gone completely the wrong way. That doesn't surprise anybody. Can I sort of use the rocks to lure them away? Like, kind of throw a rock off to the north if I want to go south, for example, to kind of lure them in the wrong direction. Alright, we are in camp number 1, for where the number 1 people come to stay, and which is the grand total of nobody, implying that everybody around here is thoroughly subpar. Spiffing. If you're wondering why I'm being a little careful with the... If you're wondering why I'm being a little careful with the light as much as I can, it's because in the Steam description it said that the power was limited and you had to conserve it, so possibly there's no additional batteries to collect. So I'm guessing that's what that little multicoloured meter of buttons is on the flashlight there. Alright, I think there's... Can I crouch? Oh, I have compass. I had forgotten of this. I don't think I can crouch. I can just observe the fact that we've invented an invisible flashlight. That must not be very convenient when you're fumbling around in the dark trying to find the accursed thing. Although, to be honest, it's dark. The fact that it's invisible wouldn't make much of a difference. So now I've realised I've kind of defeated my own point. But never mind. Let's have another rock. That will surely cheer me up and make me forget about everything that I've done wrong in my life. I don't know where I'm going. Going the hell away from that creature. There it is. I'm going to try throwing a rock over there. It worked brilliantly. It does also seem like you can go through the sort of the foliage. Would you mind getting out of my foliage? Thank you very much, you strange, smoky sort. Oh gosh. Go over there. Oh giddy, just go away. Look, go over there. There we go. That's better. I've backed into a tree. Sorry, Mr. Tree. Didn't mean to rub my bum on you like that. I appreciate we haven't been on enough dates to merit such behaviour. Go away, you big stinky cloud. Alright, never mind the big stinky cloud. I've gotten completely lost. Let's see what this map over here... So I don't even know if I'm on a path for crying out like that. I hope I am. Let's see what this says. Here, where are we now? We are still in the wrong place. Alright, where's my compass? Alright, I need to go... It strikes me I don't know which one it's pointing at. Like, am I currently facing west or east? I don't know, because I don't know whether I'm white or red. It's like, I haven't got a clue which one it's actually pointing at. So, I am going to... Okay, this is the mountain view. Okay, so that means... Yeah, that must be sort of north. So I must be pointing in the... Well, no, because then that doesn't make any sense. Because if that's north, then that would be east, which is currently the way the white one is going. Which would imply I'm actually looking south right now. So it's sort of self-contradictory. I don't... Oh, goodness, I've wasted almost all my power. Oh, it regenerates on its own? Oh, I see. So it just drains a bit. And then it comes back a bit later, once it's had a holiday, recharged, literally and figuratively. I might go this way. I might not go that way, if I'm quite frank. I think it's after me. I think it's after me. Frankly, I dread to think why Fart Cloud would be after me, but never mind. Well, this is less than optimal. Oh dear. His tiny little cauldron has been toppled over. This is less than optimal. No, because I can take a second flashlight, can I, for additional levels of latitude? Presumably not. Get back to car. I'm going to guess it's not going to be as simple as that. I'm going to try and take a shortcut up north to see if I can get up to this little bit here without having to go all the way around. Because I feel that will simplify my journey somewhat. There it is. I'm not surprised it can't see me, frankly, because it doesn't seem to have any... Doesn't seem to have any eyes. It's also curious that it can stand right next to me without realising that I'm there. Because I was standing right on top of that twig and it didn't catch me. So it must hone in solely on noise and not even be able to detect you. The sound design is quite nice, isn't it? Not even be able to detect you once you have literally stumbled into it. So, I think we have returned to the parking lot, and shockingly the car is still here, which absolutely amazes me. So, car door opens and closes. Hopefully I get in the intermediary period. Car engine trying to start, like stage directions. Car engine failing to start? I mean, I'm kind of glad the car engine failed to start, because I'm sincerely hoping there's a bit more of this, because this is quite promising so far. Hello, Mr.
Ranger
Box
headquarters.
Person.
Oh, it's you.
Yes.
Is everything okay? I'm sorry, there's what? What about the camper?
Dead, all of them.
Can you get out of there?
Their car's busted, and I haven't a catapult to fling myself away.
I'm on my way. Stay safe. Defend yourself if you have to. I'll be there as soon as I can.
It's a cloud. How am I meant to defend myself with a big fan? For goodness sake. Use the bear trap to kill the monster. Press F. Oh. Oh, alright. This could be curious. Alright, so we need to go on a little bit of a hunt, do we? I'm not entirely convinced that a creature made out of clouds is going to be constrained by a bear trap. I think you kind of need to have a foot in order to be quelled by one of those things. But possibly not. We will have to discover as we go. Where is it? There it is. Okay, right. I'm going to throw the trap down. Then I'm going to throw a rock on top of it. I'm also going to turn the light on so you can see what's going on. Huzzah! Oh dear. I might have gotten slightly killed. Yeah, I'm going to come down with a bit of strong evidence that we've gotten slightly, completely and utterly murdered. Excellent. So why didn't the trap work exactly? Because he did seem to step on it. But it seems my theory about him being made of air was quite accurate, because it didn't really work very well. Okay, right, he's over there, so I'm going to step on this twig to try and attract him over, leave the trap in its place. Do I need to hit him multiple times with it? Is that the idea? Slowly chomp away at his airy nature? He's left some blood behind, and yeah, he does seem to have a most large foot. Perhaps it is some form of a Bigfoot creature. He just hasn't showered in about 3 months, and as such the aroma has become visible. It's a little difficult to tell. Alright. I was, one of the things that attracted me to playing this game in the first place was something I read on the Steam page, which said it was... It said you need to actually pay attention to what you're doing and remember to turn your light off once in a blue moon. It said it was a stealth game, but it didn't say you must be stealthy. I was hoping that would attract him over. Oh, it has. Throw it in there. Throw a rock. Huzzah! And I think he definitely knows I'm here, so I should probably run away before I die again. Indeed. Oh dear. Alright, I actually need to use my brain for this. But anyway, yes, the Steam description described this game as a stealth game, but it didn't say you must use your sneaky skills, or stealth skills, or super spy skills, or anything for that matter. It said you must use your evasiveness, which I thought was a new use of terminology to describe a stealth game as requiring evasiveness. Alright, I'm going to drop that, going to throw that down in its place, and then move back and then stay completely still. For I must be most auditorily discreet. Begs the question why I continue to yammer on. I do find myself wondering if I was actually in the situation of like of an indie horror game, like locked in some kind of a house or like a disused factory or something, and there was actually a maniac monster trying to track me down and kill me. How could I actually resist the temptation to do mindless, stupid commentary on it as I go along, and most certainly get myself murdered in the process? Oh well. It would make for an interesting video, if nothing else. Alright, let's see, I'll throw it down just in case he comes. Yep, there he is. Go on, ye stinky one. You stinker! Idiot. That didn't work even a little bit. I didn't mean to press that and I've thrown it on the floor again. I do apologise. Alright, I really do need to drop it. Oh, no. Well, I dropped something. What I dropped was the ball. I need to... I need to drop it right where he's going to stand, because there isn't like an area of effect. He has to step right on top of the thing in order to get caught. But I think the fact that I keep pressing F to turn the light back on when obviously it's a click is getting under my skin. But never mind. I think the twigs are the way to go with this, because I can break them and then he will go and stand exactly over there. Assuming these. He came from behind. I didn't anticipate this. I also didn't anticipate the fact that he just swan over it. I should have, because, you know, he's made of air. He's not exactly being dragged down by a heck of a lot of gravity. But, never mind. There's another twig back here I want to try with again. I know he's going to come from this direction, so I'm going to try and put the trap just in front of where he'll go. And it's not working. Why have I suddenly become dreadful at this? I mean, I know I'm perpetually dreadful at everything, but you know. This was vaguely successful originally. Can I chuck a rock over there? Go on, go step on it. There we go, that's better. Maybe we need to bring the rocks into this equation as well. Need to use a bit of caveman technology in order to sort this little pickle out. Alright, I'm going to actually go away from him for a moment, because it seems like he's constantly tracking me down. And see if I can find another twig somewhere. Where are there to do? You mean, I think you could just tear one off a branch of a tree. Is there a rock here? There might be. Oh, I'm full up on rocks! I have limited inventorium capacity. I sincerely apologise, I didn't realise. There we are. Right there, let's see if he comes. Let's see how far away he's willing to travel. Hooray! We have done it! If the old classic video game rule of 3 applies, we should only have to do it once more. I think he's gone far enough away. There we are. I apologize if you can hear a small noise on the microphone at the moment, but the cat is requesting being fed. I shall feed you as soon as I'm done with this demon monster creature thingamajig, whatever the hell it is. You'll alert the beast. Oh, it's dead! I think, possibly, maybe. I'll chuck a rock at it, make sure. Reminds me of that game we could throw sandwiches at bears. Hooray! I best take the trap back with me to not leave this important equipment behind. Get down. Sorry. Demanding little pussycat. I also find myself wondering why we've just got a load of, like, lounge room lamps just hanging around in the forest that presumably aren't plugged into anything. Oh yeah, and I can walk around and snap twigs with impunity without having to be concerned with anything. Where am I? I have no idea. I can't see the map. Ah, there we are. I couldn't see the dot. That's what I was confused about. Alright. Let's trot off to the car, and everything will be better and fine. There it is. My little green method of transportation. I don't even know what side I'm supposed to be getting in. Ah, my backup has arrived, just in time for them to not be necessary, because we're kind of, you know, kind of sorted out by myself. Only died about half a dozen times in the process, but...
Are you okay?
I am fine. I am the great hunter.
Is it dead?
It's dispersed.
And the camper? Their family?
Oh, they're still dead.
What are we going to tell them? Bear attack, yeah, guess. But you're sure it's dead?
Well, I stabbed it about 100 times. They're all dead by this point.
Okay, yeah. Let's get back to headquarters. It's gonna be a long night.
Presumably, our protagonist is mute and is communicating with their superior via sign language, and due to the black screen we can't observe this, so I presume that's the reason, and definitely not because they couldn't find a second voice actor. In fairness, the first voice actor is doing it decently professionally, so I approve of that. Much better than your average voice actor who sounds as if they haven't spoken in the last couple of years. Right then! I rather enjoyed that. That was rather good. Yes, that was rather good. That was quite simple, but it sends you back to the main menu instead of sending you back to a desktop, which is lovely. Yes, I rather enjoyed that. Quite simple, but relatively well executed with a nice little environment. I wouldn't have minded if there'd been a little bit more reason to explore the environment, like if you could have gone to some of the other camps, perhaps, like, I don't know, maybe instead of having the bear trap in your car, maybe there was like a storage facility or some kind of shed or something. Maybe like the far side of the map where you had to go in order to collect it before you could actually do that. Might might allow the player to go around the map a little bit more, or give them reason rather to go around the map a little bit more, so that the developers' hard work in creating the level can actually be utilised a bit more. But that was nice. That was professional and fun and a little bit spooky, and I really enjoyed that. I hope you did as well. Oh, right. I'll do that then.
Dispatch to all units near Tramplewood Forest. Respond to an emergency. Over.
Dispatch. This is Lieutenant Jen Eric Guy. I am in the area. Over.
We have a call from a family member to check in on a resident who's been unresponsive for a few days. One of them went to check today, but he's also not responding. The residence is in a remote area. They might need medical attention, or something is going on there. Requesting you to assess the situation at this address. Over.
Copy that, dispatch. I'm making my way there now. Over.
Lieutenant Guy, be advised, there are no other units in your area. Aggressive wildlife has been reported in the vicinity prior. Proceed with caution. Over.
Copy. Will assess the situation. Over and out.
We're talking about honey badgers, or just slightly tipsy weasels. I don't know, but anyway. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game called the Biggerfoot, which seems, judging by the pronunciation of the rank, to be voiced by some of my countrymen, which is always a good thing. Now, this is a game that I am playing for no other reason than the fact that its name is so daft. I thought, this sounds excellent, so here we go. Let's play the game.
Dispatch, I'm arriving at the residence now. We'll proceed with the assessment immediately. Over.
The police officers
Copy that,
actually say
Lieutenant
over
Guy.
on the
Good luck,
radio.
over.
I do not know. I cannot say I have ever been a police officer. Mainly because I'd be terrible at it and I can't run very fast.
Well, let's see what we're dealing with.
Indeed, which may be difficult, given how dark it is. But never mind. Alright, let us walk along this chocolate road and see. What do you find? Sorry, that was just my keyboard giving out there for a moment. The character
Definitely
wasn't.
a creepy vibe.
The character wasn't freezing in place, having seen something terrifying other than just the lack of mowing. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Perhaps that's how they know the person who lives here has been unresponsive for a few days. They haven't been out doing their proper gardening maintenance. I don't know. This seems a frightfully rural place to have streetlights. I live in a place less rural than this, and there isn't a streetlight within about 3 miles. The little house in the woods.
What the hell was that?
I was about to say much the same thing. You took the words out of my mouth. It sounded like somebody stepping on a goat. Most unpleasant. I assume that door is highlighted as something I can interact with rather than just being very neatly frozen by Mr. Freeze. Can I go around the back? Because this model... No, I can't go around the back. Right, okay, never mind. It must be Catholic or something. No, it looks vaguely similar to a number of other little models of house I've seen in various other games. I was wondering if it was the same. I think the last time we saw one, it had a little back entrance. So I wanted to see if such a thing existed, but never mind. I'll just go inside. Hello?
Hello?
Open this door in the name of the law.
No answer. I should check around the back.
I preempted the requirement. Do I get some sort of a medal? Or, do I just get the opportunity to answer my question about... it does
Dear
have the
God.
little back entrance. That's marvellous. I am so glad I was correct about this. I don't remember the last one being this pixelated, however. Maybe it's just different textures. I don't know. It's not important. There's a dead bodice here. Hello, sir. How are you? Oh, my goodness. You know what that face reminds me of? And this is a weird random thing that I'm sure none of you will have any interest in whatsoever, but in Batman Arkham City during Protocol 10, I think at least in the original version of the game, there was some strangely textured thugs that you could find on a rooftop, and people were theorizing they were Scarecrow thugs due to the funny faces, although I think it's possibly more likely that the textures are just bugged out. They looked a lot like this.
Dispatch, I found a dead body behind the property.
He seems to have had his
It's been
junk
mangled.
torn out.
It looks to be an animal attack. And it seems like it's been there for a few days. It's probably the resident.
Copy that, Lieutenant. We'll dispatch units to your area. Are there any signs of the other family member? Over.
There is a blood trail leading to the back of the property.
Leading
It
way
looks
from the
fresh.
back of the
The
property.
victim might still be alive.
Ooh.
I'll follow the trail. But first I'll go back to the patrol vehicle to retrieve my firearm. Over.
We copy.
Curious.
Proceed with extreme caution. Aggressive wildlife might still be in the area, over.
Indeed. Perhaps a wild boar. Or just a slightly over-ambitious butterfly. One or the other. Alright. Yes. The design of the police car, the good officer's accent, and now the fact that we're hearing that he is equipped with a firearm, and just, the locale, and the presence, or the proposed presence at least, of some form of a big-footed gentleman, does seem to suggest that we are not in an area local to me, myself, and I, despite the dispatcher's accent. But maybe he's working remotely from the other side of the pond. But
What the hell?
that's the kind of nonchalant reaction a jump scare that cheap deserves. I am glad we are in agreement, my dear friend, whatever the hell your name is. Alright, what have I done with my boom stick? Do I keep it in the boot? Oh,
Alright,
I
let's see
see.
you take on this.
I was expecting a sidearm, a pistol, a pea shooter, a water pistol. I wasn't expecting a shotgun. Not alright. I'm not even going to make a joke about dead video formats. I'm just going to meander my way. If that scooting sir that we saw previously is the namesake of the game, then I must say he didn't seem as big as I would have expected. I was of rather the impression that Bigfoots were big. But maybe he's 95% foot and 5% everything else. And that leads to overall not being excessive in the old vertical apartment. Well, he's still here. That's good. I'm glad he hasn't meandered off. Although, saying that, his legs do seem to have been disconnected from the rest of his body, which would make it really rather difficult to meander. I better not step in the blood. Don't want to upset the boys at forensics. But let us see what we find, other than more darkness and more blood and more death. Well, here's the more blood bit I prophesized. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm not sure there's this much blood in a person.
Come in, dispatch. I found something at the end of the trail. Looks like squished meat, possibly human. It's like someone's been
Like bigger
trampled by
trousers,
something
then.
huge. This could be done by an animal, but I've never seen anything like this. Over.
We copy, Lieutenant. Stay put. A unit is on their way.
Is the
Wait,
foot so big it
I
will
heard
come
something.
down from on high? I don't know. Hooray for surround sound working properly these days. I've clicked, and the game seems to have crashed. Well, at least we got a good look at him, and then he ran through a tree. Right. It turns out this is a pea shooter. Tremendous. Either that or I've just got some very effective earplugs in. Do I need to reload this or something? I don't know. Oh, I can't go back. Alright. Can't go forward, can't go back. I'm gonna stand here in the middle of the blood because this place seems frightfully safe, and there isn't a precedent of people dying here. And I will defend myself until I run out of ammunition, at the very least. Would you stop running through the trees, you great gargantuan goon? Oh my goodness. This is interesting. This is a curious way of doing things. Hello there, you great big gorilla. Ah, at last he's dead. And we can see he is a flat-footed fellow.
Chew on that. You mouth-breathing freak. Dispatch, come in. I was just attacked by some kind of creature.
Don't worry, mate. I'll
I
find
don't
my
know
way
what
out for
animal
work
it
as
is.
well.
It's vaguely human. Like an ape.
Yeah, I've met some
Maybe this
people
is
that could be
Bigfoot.
described in a similar
Did I
way.
just kill Bigfoot? Please advise. Dispatch.
He's not going to have the answers, is he?
Lieutenant, you need to get the hell out of there. Something big is coming, but we're not sure what. They're sending in a chopper, but you need to get out of there immediately.
Yeah,
Run to the
alright,
car.
fair enough.
Now.
Alrighty, to have a
Hold
sprint
shift to
button.
run.
Okay. We'll leave the fourth wall as broken as the bones in that big ape's body, shall
What the
we?
hell is that?
What's what? That noise? It's probably you breathing through your mouth. You're trying to get enough oxygen to your respiring cells to let you run away quick enough. Alright. Let's get in the car. We can't afford an animation for the door opening, but let's get in the car.
Anyone on the radio? This is Lieutenant Generic Guy. There's a giant monster right on my tail,
You sound very
requesting immediate assistance.
peaceful about it. I'd be more worried if I were you.
We're getting there.
Oh my goodness,
So you
this is
moved LT.
adorable.
We'll take this thing down, no sweat. Keep your speed stable, alright?
Copy.
Let's hope there's no beds in the room. Man alive, these voice actors are very
Ready or not, here I
enthusiastic,
come.
aren't they?
Whee! Alright, it's off of you, Lieutenant. You're in the clear. Our boys will wait for you up front.
Thank you for the assist,
good
boys.
job.
Making the world a better place. One less giant freak at a time.
Sheesh. I mean, that's kind of cute, isn't it? I mean, it's basic, it's rudimentary, but, you know, in the end it does what it sets itself out to do. It could do with perhaps a little bit of scary music. It's obviously not taking itself overly seriously, and I can respect that. I can. So, that was The Biggerfoot. We saw some feet of a dead person. Then we saw some feet of a dead ape. Then we saw some even bigger feet of an even bigger-footed ape. And then we saw a helicopter, because apparently this is a film from the 1980s. But okay. If nothing else, it was nice to hear somebody say the word lieutenant correctly. So as far as I'm concerned, that makes this the most excellent game I've played all day. Notwithstanding the fact this is the only game I've played thus far today, but we shan't worry about that. That was The Biggerfoot. That was really rather excellent, and I rather enjoyed that in its own daft little way, and I hope that you did as well. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.